passage for the month of January is the request of James and John from Matthew's Gospel. Then James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came to him. "Teacher," they said, "we want you to do for us whatever we ask." "What do you want me to do for you?" he asked. They replied, "Let one of us sit at your right and the other at your left in your glory." "You don't know what you are asking," Jesus said. "Can you drink the cup I drink, or be baptized with the baptism I am baptized with?" "We can," they answered. Jesus said to them, "You will drink the cup I drink and be baptized with the baptism I am baptized with. But to sit at my right or left is not for me to grant. These places belong to those for whom they have been prepared." When the 10 heard about this, they became indignant with James and John. Jesus called them together and said, "You know that those who are regarded as rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their high officials exercise authority over them. Not so with you. Instead, whoever wants to be great among you must become your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." Cindy will be sharing our reflection this morning.
Today's reading really resonates with my heart. For me, serving others is how I fulfill God's call. This past summer, I was given the great opportunity to teach in Kenya to poor and orphaned children. I never expected this trip to be so life-changing. Most Kenyans are not formally educated. It is extremely common for the children to be the first in their family to receive formal education. Because it is not common to be educated, many parents did not necessarily understand the need to get an education, and therefore disapproved of their children attending school. I noticed one day when the bell rang for the end of class, many of the younger students would run outside to play. However, many of the older students stayed behind in the classroom. I just assumed these kids were playing games with each other and did not want to go outside. As I listened more to their conversations, I realized they were tutoring each other. Curious, I asked one student, "Don't you want to go outside and play?" He responded, "No, teach me science." When I began teaching him during the break, many other students approached me, asking me to help them with their homework and teach them lessons. I was shocked to see how eager these kids were to dedicate every minute of their school day to learning. Many of my students told me they hated their summer breaks because they weren't at school. I was completely blown away by the level of determination and commitment that my students had towards their learning. Education was their opportunity to succeed. I vividly remember I couldn't stop smiling whenever I was in the classroom because it brought me so much joy to help these kids. That's when I realized that teaching wasn't just an occupation, but a calling. When I serve others, I feel Christ working through me. It's not just through great miracles that we see God, but in the light of helping others. I was so inspired by this experience in Kenya that I am planning to join the Peace Corps after my 4 years of Holy Cross education at Notre Dame, and after that, I hope to become a teacher. I've learned that our occupation shouldn't be about making money, but instead about helping the community and serving others. For it is not money that God wants us to have, but love and compassion towards others.